There you are! My responsibilities! This is where I put you while I've been playing World of Warcraft like an absolute degenerate over the last couple of days. How's everybody doing? Hopefully you guys are doing good. Like I just said, the last couple of days are kind of like blurring together because I've been doing a bunch of stuff in World of Warcraft. And to be honest, it's not something that I expected. So on Sunday, I finished the main campaign of this expansion, which turned out to actually be pretty good, in my opinion. I thought the campaign was quite all right. It's not like the story is going to blow you away in any conceivable way, but I felt like at least there wasn't just a bunch of filler. And the very ending of the quest line is actually really well done with some cool stuff that happens with some of the bronze dragonflight and whatnot. I thought they did some really interesting things. But yeah, that's kind of like been my life. And at this point, some of you are going to be wondering, okay, Rurikhan, so how is the expansion? Like, is Blizzard all of a sudden good again because you're playing like World of Warcraft so much? And it's like, I'm conflicted because I'm still waiting for the other shoe to drop, right? I'm waiting for Blizzard to mess it up and make things worse for everybody. And up until this point, they haven't, which has been very surprising and completely unexpected. Like, I really did think that I was going to come into this expansion and it was just going to be like, okay, here's where all the problems are. This thing sucks, that thing sucks, and, you know, they messed this up and they destroyed it and it's terrible. And, you know, this is what I expected. Like, no joke. This is what I expected. And, you know, I was willing to come in with an open mind and to see if there actually are any changes to the game and if Blizzard is treating the players correctly. And so far, it's like I can't really point to one thing and be like, that is vicious and evil and terrible and atrocious, and that's how they're screwing everybody over, and that's the problem, that's the system that's gonna screw us over. There isn't any of that. Like, as a matter of fact, I found myself doing a bunch of stuff that I usually wouldn't do. I found myself playing World of Warcraft like it's a video game. It actually felt weird. Like yesterday, I remember that I was playing, and I was thinking to myself, man, I should stream, but I kind of just want to play a little bit and relax also because I'm still recovering from being sick. You guys know that I've been sick over the last couple of days. That's the train, by the way. But like, as I was playing the game, I got into a point where I was like, okay, well, if I'm going to play the game, at least I need to make sure that I do some decent progression so that I'm ready, so that when I go to stream next, then I'll have like stuff sorted out. And then I found myself just doing dragon riding challenges that serve no purpose whatsoever because it was fun. And that was a weird feeling. That was really weird. I was like, I just want to do these things because it's actually really good, because dragon riding is actually really good. And if you were to ask me, okay, so Rurikhan, does that mean it's safe to like come back to the game and like I can actually play World of Warcraft and enjoy myself? I don't have the answer for you. Because like what I can tell you is that I've been having fun. Doesn't necessarily mean that like come next week or whatever, Blizzard's going to come up with something that's going to destroy all of this potential goodwill that they're generating, because they've basically rode their reputation into the ground, and I'm still waiting for the bad part of Dragonflight. I don't know if it's actually going to come, but I'm still waiting for it to happen because that's what I've learned to expect from Blizzard, which is kind of weird. Like, if you guys actually look over here, you'll see that this is my character, the item level right there, 364. So in order to get 364, that means you're going to be doing quite a lot. Not everything, you can get way higher. Like, I've seen players with way higher item level, but at the end of the day, I still do have a family that, even though I've been maybe not spending as much time with them as I should over the last couple of days, it's not something that I want to keep doing, which is why I'm going to start taking things a little bit easier moving forward. I just wanted to dive in and really, like, you know, check out all of the systems, check out all of the things. I found myself doing most of the side quests in the zone. And I'm going to go back and I'm going to do all of the side quests in the zone that I haven't done yet, because those quests are fun. And they do contribute to the progression of your character, because pretty much everything is tied to reputation, which is now kind of like a renown grind type thing. But again, the thing about that is that even though there are items that you eventually gain access to that do give you a little bit of power, it's not mandatory. You don't have to do it. You don't really miss out on like, oh my God, I'm going to miss out on all of these different things that I can do. You can just, do your Mythic Plus, do your raid whenever it comes around. And because those items, they're going to be outclassed fairly soon anyway. Like it's I think it's like 380 item level or something, some of the rewards that you can get from Renown. But even those, they're going to be outclassed fairly soon once raids come out and whatnot, and it's not going to matter. So if you don't want to engage in that grind, you don't have to. So once again, I took a couple of notes, just like we did last time. And it's like the campaign and story I thought was pretty good. The quests are pretty good. One of the most important things, though, that has definitely led me to enjoying the game more is the fact that my class is, for the first time in God knows how long, not a worthless piece of crap at the start of an expansion, which has been the case for the longest of times. Like you look at BFA, and at the start of BFA, my class was complete trash, which, by the way, I play Protection Warrior. You look at Shadowlands, at the start of Shadowlands, my class was complete trash. And it just felt bad to, log into the game and then be like, oh, I guess I have to go play a paladin, or I guess I have to go play a monk or some other random thing that I didn't actually want it to play, as opposed to playing the class that I wanted to. So that is a big deal. Like, just to give you an idea, even just earlier, we were doing a Mythic Zero, and everybody in my party died. And the boss was at 20% or something. He was within execute range. So I just was able to sustain myself long enough to kill the boss, which, as a Protection Warrior, I was just like, wait, what? I can actually sustain myself long enough to finish up a boss? That's some wild stuff right there. That is completely wild. I did not expect that. And then on top of it, like, dragon riding is just so much fun that I can barely stomach going back to regular flying. Like, if I have to go to Stormwind or go to the old world for any reason, I'm just like, oh God, not this regular flight bullshit again. I don't want to do that ever again. It's terrible. It's like dragon riding just completely shreds the regular flying out of the water. I don't understand. Like, I've heard some people say like, oh, I miss regular flying. And I'm like, dude, what the hell are you talking about, man? What is wrong with you? We should just have dragon riding for every goddamn flying mount. Forever. Who cares about regular flight? Come on, man, be reasonable. It's so outdated. It's terrible. I can't stand it anymore. And I don't care. Some people are like, oh man, but I ground all of these mounts. And it's like, yeah, I grounded mounts too, dude. It doesn't fucking matter because it sucks. Anyway, then I do have just one complaint, because of course I would need to have at least one complaint, because otherwise it wouldn't be like a Rurikhan video about World of Warcraft, right? My one complaint that I have is that the loot is still stingy. They give you a bunch of loot if you go through, world quests, rares, and all of this stuff. But once you jump into a dungeon, once you jump into like a Mythic Zero, the simple fact that there is the chance that you jump into a Mythic Zero, which, by the way, I should remind you, Mythic Zeros, you can only do them like once a week, and then you're locked out. There's a chance of you jumping into a Mythic Zero and coming out with no loot and being locked out for the rest of the week. That feels terrible. Like, look, Mythic Zeros are not hard by any stretch. Mythic Zeros are super easy. They're not challenging at all. But if you're going to limit the amount of times, which, by the way, this has always been the case. You've always been limited to the number of Mythic Zeros that you can run. If you're going to limit the amount of times that you can run them per a week, the least you can do is make sure that every player gets at least one piece of loot. And I had like at least 2 or 3 of my Mythic Zeros. The zero was the amount of drops I got. which is it feels kind of bad. Still, it's not the end of the world. It's like a whatever. I already expected as much. I already know that Mythic Plus is going to be somewhat similar to that. But yeah, this is me reporting on World of Warcraft, still waiting when is Blizzard gonna screw us over? We'll see how that works out. If you guys enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe, bell notification icon, all that jazz. Let me know what you think about the format of me just like walking around with a camera, if you guys dig that or not. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Stay strong, stay safe, peace out.